A number of years ago, I was in an extremely demanding job that often required me to work some pretty insane hours. And after being in this role for a couple of years, I realized I was in the fast lane to seriously burning out, to the point where I actually ended up in hospital, right? But that wasn't the worst part, okay? Because I'd been working non-stop. I ended up being disconnected from who I was outside of work. I'd become a zombie, and I was in danger of losing my sense of self. I knew I needed to make a change. You see, here's the thing, folks. When we become so engrossed and wedded to our job and the organization that we work for, the more we start to define ourselves by them, and it becomes dangerously intertwined with our own identity. And that's why we end up having an identity crisis. We no longer know who we are because it's been buried so far down. Losing touch with your true self leads to a loss of purpose and to feelings of confusion, dissatisfaction, and a lack of fulfillment in both our personal and professional lives. So, if you're feeling lost, drifting, or stuck in the endless daily grind and you're slowly losing your sense of self, then it's time to come home. And that means reconnecting back to the core essence of who you are. The return to self, in other words. Now, to reconnect to ourselves is a journey of introspection, self-awareness, and self-discovery to regain a sense of inner alignment, authenticity, and an understanding of who we truly are at our core. It involves establishing a stronger connection with our thoughts, how we feel, and what we value and desire. To start the journey, you've got to ask yourself some pretty introspective questions, such as, what do I desire for my personal life? For example, is it better relationships, improved health and vitality, security, a deeper connection with others? Maybe it's to find love. Now, when it comes to work, you also need to ask yourself some questions such as, what is important to me at this point in my career? What drives me? What values do I connect with? What type of activities or work excites me? And what would give me that sense of purpose and fulfillment? Connecting back to yourself is about regrounding ourselves, becoming more self-aware, and what you are prepared and no longer prepared to accept in your life. It's about setting boundaries. And as Prentice Hemphill said, boundaries are the distance at which I can love you and me simultaneously. So, to get back to self is a journey, but a rewarding one nonetheless. It's about reconnecting back to who you once were, regaining that passion and that zest back into your life, whether it's on a personal or a professional level. Regrounding yourself leads to greater self-acceptance, improved mental and emotional well-being, and the ability to live a more purposeful, harmonious, and authentic life where things can flow as they should once again. It's about rediscovering the unique individual that you are and nurturing that relationship with yourself, which then positively impacts how you relate to others as well as the world around you. So, if there is one thing to take away from today's message, please let it be this, all right? You are not your job, and you are not the organization that you work for. Remember, no job is worth losing your sense of self over. You are far too important for that.